was in the Soviet Far East out of Irkutsk on a train. The train stops, and they said, we're going to be stopped here for some time. And I thought they said 4 to 5 minutes. And so we get to go and see a church. And I thought, oh, this is great, because they just leave their icons out where everybody can see them and touch them, and these babushkas are sitting there guarding them, and they're sitting like this, looking like they're dead. But the minute you even get that much too close, they're like, "Nyet!" So what they really said was 45 minutes. And I started walking back to town, because I thought, oh my God, where is the train? It's gone. And I ran into this animal, it was a bull or a cow or something, in the ditch, but it was on my side of the ditch. And it started making noises at me, and I thought, wow, what do I do now? And that was that feeling, you get a little adrenaline rush. But so I always start these speeches with, I'm going to make the speech 4 to 5 minutes. And then about 10 minutes into it, it says, I got about 35 more. And you can laugh. This is for Gorsuch. Anyway, I just occurred to me listening to everybody, and there's not all of you get to say these things now because you're going to be back here, and hopefully, and so the people in the galleries are really getting a treat. They're getting to know us like no other people might, and what we're like in our legislative selves. So pay attention. This is special. And I will be 32 years in public service, not all here, at the end of this year. And so I was 2 years as a county commissioner, and then 16 years as a legislative assistant to 7 different legislators. One time, 2 people at the same time, phones like this. And then 14 years here at the end of this year. So it's a long time to serve. We've served with a lot of different people. We've gone through thousands of bills, and we've been able to see bills turn into laws that actually you can say, hey, to your friends and neighbors and colleagues, we did that, because people are always kind of bitchy, and they'll say, you should do that, you should do that. And I said, well, we did. I don't know the year, but we did it. And then I remember a lot of the people who did them, and that was part of their background, because if anybody was here during the years, and I can't even tell you, I think it's 2011 maybe, people would literally cross the aisle to get away from me if I started talking about seafloor mapping one more time. They were going to kill me. And so but what we had was a bicameral, bipartisan effort in a lot of these things. We found out the seafloor was only mapped 5%, but this affects people's and charts and fissures and all kinds of things, tsunami run-up models. And what got us there, because they could only do about 5% a year if they got money, Senator Joanne Verger at the time from Coos Bay made it happen that we got most of the salvage money for the new Carissa. If you remember that ship that, they tried to blow it up and everything. They just couldn't get rid of this thing. But so the money that would have been used to do something down in Coos Bay, maybe not having to do with fisheries or anything, we don't know. But it was Joanne Verger who made that happen, and so we got to a little over 50%. And of course it changes a little bit, but that kind of thing. I was just stunned that we could do that, and that was working across the building, and she was a Democrat, so it wasn't like across the aisle in that sense. But a lot of everybody's colleagues, it didn't matter what party you were, and anybody who was here knows I did not take no for an answer. So it was unanimous. And I felt really privileged that they probably didn't care about it per se, but because it was important to me, and they were all having their own important issues that I could see how important things were to them. This is like a big family, and I can't remember everybody I've served with, and some of them have gone on. I know I was really shocked to hear when Representative Jensen had died, but there are so many people I run into now and then. I still see Joan Dukes, and she still wants to have lunch. We just haven't done it yet. Especially important to me, though, with this particular group was the last 2 years. It was so hard on me losing Bill, and you were all like a family. You sent flowers, cards, called, and you were there for me. It was amazing, and I thank you all, and I love you all for that and who you are. And if some people who were here back in the 90s, Josie, you might remember, all the Costco carrot cakes we ate. Oh my God. There was Karen, I can't remember her last name, her husband was a rep, but she used to decorate the 4th floor, 3rd floor, whatever, and we'd have a Costco carrot cake. And I did like them, but, and our coastal caucus, we float between 8 and 9 people. It's bicameral, bi-coastal, by whatever. And we all get together in the morning, 7 o'clock on Thursdays generally, and talk about the issues that affect the coast. And so we are a group of, we were about 10% of the whole legislature, so we could command a little bit of juice. And what a great group that was. I mean, and still is, different people all the time. We're going to let you come in without the mask, though, don't worry. I know that some of you are leaving to retire, like Esquivels are actually moving to the country, and some people are going to travel, some people are going to do news. We don't know what Olson's going to do, but he might tell us later. But anyway, whatever you do, I wish you the best. I hope you all realize your dreams, some of them at least. And those of you who have the voice, I love this, the voice. Actually, Jeff Krupp had it. Carl Wilson has it. It's that deep, resonant voice. And when they talk, people listen because it's nice to listen to. And I'll stop there, too. So, but Bob Jensen, I just want to say something about him. He was truly a mentor to me. And when he spoke, he didn't speak very often, but when he did, people stopped talking and listened because he had a lot to say. And he was a smart guy, and if you sat down and talked to him, he was a funny guy too. There are a lot of people like that you'll get to know, and I'm sorry I won't be here to work with some of the new people, and because this isn't very long, a month and a half is not very long to get to know them. But I staying away from what Sal did, is trying to name everybody because I know I'd forget somebody. So I will just say it all. I love all of you. I think you're all great people. You do great things. You've been in your own life of, your regular work life, and I've seen people have to give up some of their work life for this process, and they do. And I've heard people say they're going to retire time and time again, myself included, but I think Barker's the one that has said it the most. And he keeps coming back, and I'm just totally relieved because anything to do with judiciary, he was the go-to guy. So I appreciate all the help you've given me. I'm not trying to ignore you. I can't turn that way. All these years, and I will miss you. I'll miss this place. I'll miss my elevator, and I will miss the ghost. That's up in the lounge, if you don't know that. And I will miss Madam Speaker. She's been very kind to me, and I'm a kind of quirky person, I think, to work with sometimes, and she's just pretty level-headed about it. So thank you, and thank you, Mitch, for all your advice on the medical end of things. And he is not afraid to say, that's a stupid idea, And so, love that too. So, don't be a stranger. I live at the coast. When you find yourself down there and you want to stop by, don't look for my car. It won't be there. But call me or stop in or something. If it's socked in at Seaside and Cannon Beach, it'll be clear and sunny out at my house. So anyway, farewell to all of you. I'll be here till the end of the year. Don't worry. But thanks again.